My name is Victor, Canadian immigration consultant. I work with Enclave Immigration Services. Our office is in Mississauga, Ontario. Uh, Today's topic, we are going to talk about on-campus and off-campus regulation for international students. As we know that the number of international students which are coming to Canada is going up day by day, and there is a lot of confusion and ambiguity around like, okay, when how long you can work when you're working on campus, how long you can work when you are working off campus, what if you are switching your program, or you are on an academic break, or you are starting another program, and in between whether you are able to work or not. If you have finished your studies, whether you are able to allow work full time, part time, and if you have a co-op work permit, what does that mean? So we are going to touch upon all these topics. If you're interested to know about these, please stay tuned. Okay, so let's start with the basics first. So on campus and off campus regulation, why there is a need for that? So what happened initially when some time back, like you, if you wanted to work in Canada and you are a student study permit holder, you had to apply for work permit separately. But now that process has been changed. So once you apply for your study permit, if you are studying in a program. Certain programs, basically, like not every program is eligible for which allows you to do the off campus work, so you have to make sure that program is eligible for that. Once you apply for your study permit, you are allowed to work on campus and off campus. So when it comes to on campus there are no time restrictions in terms of number of hours you are able to work. So but when it comes to off campus, there is a requirement in terms of how many hours you are able to work. That is 20 hours a week, basically. That is the time you are allowed to work when you are off campus. And what happens when you are on a break? Like, let's say, like there is an academic break. In on academic break time, there is no time limit in terms of the number of hours you are able to work. So there is no restriction in terms of whether you are working 20 hours, 30 hours, 40 hours, or even more, depending upon your own individual strengths and capacities. Now the tricky situation comes when you are, let's say, you have finished your studies and you're waiting for your confirmation letter from the college whether you have completed your program requirement or not. That's where the major confusion comes. Like, okay, whether that time you are able to work or not able to work. At that time, you are only allowed to work part time. At that point in time, the off campus regulations are what is applicable to you. So you need to make sure that you are compliant with that. You're not working more than 20 hours once your studies have completed, and you are waiting for official confirmation from the college in terms of meeting the program requirement. The day you meet the program requirement, your study, you need to stop working immediately. You are not allowed to work after that. Only if only if you submit your postgraduate work permit application, then you are able to work full time. So that gives you work authority. That application for the postgraduate work permit gives the work authority to you. So and you are able to work full time at that scenario. Other tricky situation which usually comes is like, let's say, like you have come to Canada for 1 year program, and you decide that okay, you want to add on one more program for your studies. In that scenario, whether you're allowed to work in between while you're waiting for your study permit, or maybe you're waiting for start of the program. Yes, at that point in time, if you've already applied for a study permit extension for the next program, and you hold a valid study permit at the time of application, and you were allowed to work on campus and off campus, you might be allowed to work full time while waiting for other program to start. So you have to make sure that you are compliant on that side as well. The third area where we have seen like a lot of confusion is among the students is like, if your co-op is the mandatory requirement of your work of your studies, basically, and you are holding a co-op work permit. Sometimes people get confused the co-op work permit with the other work permit, and they think they are allowed to work anywhere full time because they are holding a co-op work permit. Please note that that co-op work permit which you have received is specifically for your the work which is going to be required to meet the program requirement. If it is outside that, then you have to comply with off-campus regulation. Make sure that you are compliant there as well. So these are some of the tricky situations we have seen like student fall into, and make sure that every time you are compliant and you are making sure that you are meeting 20-hour regulation, which is on off campus, and on campus there is no limit as long as that meet the definition of on campus work. In case you have any further questions about when are you allowed to work, when you're not allowed to work, or you have any question or concerns related to your study permit extension, postgraduate work permit, even like getting dependents open work permit, please feel free to reach out to us on 416-271-4371, 416-271-4371, or you can send a message to us on our social media channels. Thank you for watching. Everyone, have a good day. Bye bye.